folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Just a relatively short little update here. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano are going to clash for the third time. They're going to have a trilogy fight, according to the Ring magazine. And apparently it's going to take place on July the 11th at Madison Square Garden in New York City. So it's interesting. I'm very much a fan of Amanda Serrano. I also like Katie Taylor. And I say this as somebody who, as I've said before, I'm not a big fan of women's boxing. Like outside of maybe the top, I don't know, 8 or so fighters, I'm really, quite ignorant of it, to be perfectly honest. But I do like Katie Taylor, and I'm very fond of Amanda Serrano. Of course, this trilogy fight, normally a trilogy is sort of the rubber match, right? Normally you get 1-1, and then you get a trilogy. But in this case, of course, Katie Taylor, she won the first 2 fights. I think it's fair to say she won the first fight. I'm personally of the view that she didn't win the second fight. That second fight, of course, was on the undercard of the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson event that was broadcast on Netflix. And this fight, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano 3, is also going to be on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix subscription, it's free. I mean, well, you pay your monthly subscription, but you don't have to pay anything else. And it's put on by Jake Paul's production company, which is called MVP Productions. And apparently it's going to be an all-women's card. Now, Jake Paul, of course, has been very supportive of women's boxing. And, good for him, right? It's brought a lot of eyeballs onto the female sport. Taylor apparently, they first clashed on April the 30th, 2022. And Taylor got that split decision. I think she won that. I mean, I think that was I thought that she won it. And then, of course, the rematch was November the 15th, 2024. I had to look down to check my dates. Katie Taylor has a record of 24-1, and Amanda Serrano has a record of 47-3-1. I will be cheering for Amanda Serrano, but honestly, I won't really mind who wins. Like, these are both great athletes. Katie Taylor is the absolute pride of Ireland and Great Britain, I guess. And Amanda Serrano, of course, is the pride of Puerto Rico. It'll be an exciting fight. Taylor is now 38, and it doesn't list on here, and I haven't looked it up, how old Amanda Serrano is. I would have thought that this was going to be Katie Taylor's swan song. I mean, I don't know how many more fights she's got in her. And again, when you think about it, Katie Taylor, Anthony Joshua, and perhaps Conor Benn are 3 of the stalwarts of matchroom boxing. Maybe less so, Conor Benn. But AJ and Katie Taylor sort of reaching the tail end of their careers. I wonder, will that mean that Eddie Hearn will move on? I mean, we've talked about that on this channel before, whether or not Eddie Hearn is, reaching the end of his time in boxing, and he doesn't seem to be signing too many, new stars. He's certainly very light as far as his roster is concerned amongst, premier heavyweight players. So I wonder, will Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor be Katie's final sort of event, or will there be one more fight for her, perhaps back in Ireland, as a sort of a goodbye? She's had a fabulous career. I mean, she's one of those icons of the women's game, as is Amanda Serrano. But Katie Taylor has certainly captured the hearts of all the British fans. I don't know who else offhand is going to be on the card, but I suspect it'll be a good card. I don't know. I haven't seen this. I'm just flicking through the ring here to see if there's anybody else listed on that card. Not as yet. So it's a just a heads up that this is going to happen, and I think that's done to coincide with International Women's Week, I think. But anyhow, July the 11th, Madison Square Garden, New York City, free on Netflix. So it'll bring a lot of eyes, a lot of people who would otherwise maybe not tune into a women's boxing match, particularly if you had the pay-per-view. If it's on Netflix, a lot of people, might well tune in, which has to be good for the women's sport, right? Okie dokie, that's all I've got for the moment. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. We'll see you on the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.